Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Daily Endeavours for the 23rd of September. Just before I go through, I just want to let everyone know the Golden Pursuit the video is uploading now, just waiting for it to convert to HD and process. So yeah, it should be a few hours hopefully. Yeah, I know it's really late, but like 7 days left, but I did it as quick as I could. Honestly, I don't know if I'll be doing any of this duration. Mainly if I'm doing TAFE and stuff like that, just because, yeah, there's too much going on that I just can't do it quick enough. And if I upload it too late, it's kind of worthless anyway, because everyone's done it at that point. But yeah, I don't know. At the moment, it doesn't look like I'm going to do any more of these long ones, just because that took way too much out of me. So yeah, we'll see how we go though. Alright, easy set today though. We've got, what I would do is go provisioning, group dungeon, and honestly, any of these options is fine. Probably weapon skills, because you can do that while you do the group dungeon. But I'll go through everything anyway, just in case. Alright, gonna start off nice and easy, crafting with provisioning. So if anyone was around when I did the crafting with any skill endeavor the other day, it's going to be the same thing. So if you've already seen that, just skip ahead. So with this one here, what you want is a couple of provisioning recipes you can use at level 1. And then there's an easy way to get those items for that recipe for free. There's a couple of ways actually, but I'll go through the main one. So any chef in the game, Hizala for example, in Slaughter Wings Tavern, these people sell recipes for 270 gold here, baked apples and banana surprise. It's probably worth getting fishy stick if you can get it too, because when fishing endeavors come up, you can fillet the fish and you get the fish from that. Yeah, all three of these recipes here, honestly, just one of these is enough for today, but you want to get both of these here for the future. Because sometimes the weekly endeavor is crafting with any skill, and I use the same thing for that. So these recipes can be used at level 1. Basically, you can just create a new character and use them. There's no limits there. Once you've got your recipes, what you want to do is come over to this over here. So this one, the square one. So there's a tray over here which has some bananas in it. You can just grab these and some apples if we can let me use it. There's also an apple basket here, and then on the ship over here, there's also an apple basket there. Now, if there's not enough stuff, all you need is like 4, so usually you'll have enough. But what you can do is just leave the zone and come back, and what it'll do, it'll reset these containers over here, so this stuff and the stuff in the baskets, and you can just do that again. If you want the quickest way to do that, you just go to Imperial City, just queue for this, and then leave, and as long as you leave through the door in the tunnel, that takes you back to Overland, you'll come straight back here. So that's a quick way to just teleport away and back to here. Now, once you've got these items, what you do is you just go over to the cooking station over here. And what this will do is, you can just craft some stuff here. So fruit dishes, baked apples, banana surprises here, and you've also got fishy sticks. So whichever one you want to choose here, you just craft as many as you need. Now, once you do this enough times, your crafting skill line will level up enough where you can actually get a skill called, a passive called Chef. I'd advise you get this because in the future, if we do get the weekly endeavors for crafting with any skill, just means you can do those even quicker than they are normally. And normally they're quick, so yeah, it's great for a weekly. Yeah, that supports you for any provisioning or crafting with any skill endeavors if they come up in the future. Since we're going to do a normal dungeon usually anyway to get tickets for the daily, for the Undaunted event, we want to do this anyway, and you can probably do this pretty easily in dungeons, but yeah, you just need, there's certain skills that you want to make sure you have. But if you want to do this beforehand, I think that's fine too. What you need is just to use critters and just use a single target skill. So any skill line here that you want to use, like Force Shock, Snipe, every skill line has just a spammable single target skill as soon as you use them. So just use any weapon once and basically you'll unlock it here. But yeah, I'm just going to, as an example here, I'm just going to use the scribing one here. So this is the Monkey's Rest point of interest in Oridon, just northwest of Vocal Guard, where you start with a way shrine, so it's easy to get here. So what you want to do when you're here is just find these monkeys here and just hit them with a weapon skill. They have 1 HP, so there's literally no skill involved. Just kill. Yeah, you can do that. You can do this in 3 locations that are easy to reach. So you've got Monkey's Rest, you've got the area in Stonefall's just northeast of the stable. Just over here, there's some spiders, and it's the same thing. There's little spider critters that you can kill in one hit. Same thing in Alakir Desert, in Chagrin's Folly, over here. There's goats all over the oasis over here. So you can just kill these guys as well with them, with just like a basic skill. Now, if you have AoE skills, for example, you know, Cleave, Jewel has Whirlwind, Bow has Arrow Spray, you've got Unstable Wall, you've got Impulse, all this stuff here. These can be used to kill a bunch of targets quickly. Now, like stack several ones together. For example, Dual Wield, Blade Cloak, and Whirlwind go well together. Destruction Staff, Unstable Wall, and Impulse are great, or Blockade. I prefer this as an AoE though on its own, because yeah, this takes a lot again. It's got a tiny range, so as opposed to Whirlwind where you can morph it to Steel Tornado, which increases the range to 9 meters, which is great. Yeah, Arrow Spray and Volley is good too. Cleave and Critical Charge morph to Stampede, they're good too. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like AoE setups, they're better here if you want to kill a bunch of targets quickly. Now you can do Way Wrestlers 1, very similar. You can kill Skeevers in here and then do the whole dungeon if you want, but Fungal Grotto 1 is quicker regardless, so I'm just going to do that. Alright, so until you get to this boss here, you don't need to kill anything, but War Chief Azazai is like the first enemy you have to actually kill in order to progress. Until you kill him, that door there will be locked. Alright, so this guy here, the two minions are much more of a problem, I find. Well, I mean, this dungeon's easy, but yeah. They're the ones who summon the Dragon Knight Standard, and they do like the blink that stuns you. So yeah, you want to kill them before you deal with this guy, because they'll just be annoying. So he does a heavy attack, just block it or roll dodge it, up to you. And then he does like a little roar thing, and I don't know how to explain it. That thing there, that's what it is. It just like messes up your rotation, that's all it does. Doesn't do much damage. And then there's that thing, does very little damage too. That's all he does, he just repeats that over and over. Alright. That's clear. Now we head further in. So this door is now open once you kill him. Now that we've killed that boss, you can just ignore everything else in here except for the final boss. So we're just going to go over here through the water. Now, we are going to pull these mud crabs deliberately. And I'm just going to use the spam ball skill to kill them all quick. Wrong button there. And there you go. So, 10 foes with weapon skills, the mud crabs here. These mud crabs are super duper weak, so yeah, do not take much to kill. Just a single spam ball there is all that takes. Now, if that isn't enough, this boss will also spawn more mud crabs, so just have the AoE skill on your bar while you're killing this guy. Yeah. Very similar to the War Chief Azazai. Has a heavy attack, does a big explosion. It takes away a fair bit of your health, but you can heal through it pretty easily. Alright, so at about 60% health, he spawns a bunch of mud crabs. So just kill them. Easy as. And yeah, use your AoE spam ball if you still need to. So, okay, there he goes. He's spawning the second group of mud crabs. Yeah, same thing. They all die to AoE and stuff. So, and there you go. He's dead. That's your event tickets. That's our dungeon done. And yeah, you can move on now. So if you want to go back to the start of the dungeon, you can go through this tunnel, and that takes you back to the start over here. You can also just travel to your house to get out quickly. That's what I usually do. Alright, versus in the Infinite Archive. Now you can get regular Dwarven Automata in here, but not Clockwork Foes. These are different. So yeah, you'll have to do these separately. Now with the Infinite Archive, it's all base game. Everything here is base game. But if you want to find Infinite Archive, you can find it here in the Apocrypha DLC, over here. Even if you don't have Necrom, which is the DLC for this zone, you can still travel here. It's actually a base game thing. Everybody's got unlocked, and it shows up here like as soon as you create a character, basically. So, to start Infinite Archive, you head through here. This will take you to the first stage. So, a verse is the reward for completing a stage. So it's pretty quick to get through. These stages, they just last a few minutes. They just have 3 waves of just basic enemies. Every now and then you get like a little bit of a tougher enemy, but that's it. So these vanguards here, like all these enemies, they'll like mostly just generic enemies, but a couple of them have a couple little gimmicks to them. The vanguards, if you don't interrupt that channeled like lightning explosion, they get really tanky for a while. So yeah, you want to interrupt them. These guys here have that like channeling heavy attack. It's a bit unusual. So yeah, this is the 3rd wave. We got a Storm Atronach. And so yeah, you just have to fight an extra tougher enemy. Now I prefer killing the little guys first when I can. And because yeah, that way you're just dealing with the big guy, and then you can just target them down on their own. So after that group, you'll get a verse. This is what you're looking for. So we'll just pick one of those. These verses, some of them can be very strong, some of them can be pretty shit. It's just luck of the draw. And you'll get 1 per stage. So you'll get 1 more stage after this, and then it'll be a cycle, which is like a boss. And the bosses give you the currency which you use in Infinite Archive. So if you want to keep continuing, that's how it works. But yeah, you're almost done now. You just got to do this 1 more time, basically. Silver Rose enemies here. Very, very basic stuff though. They just have like heavy attacks and sometimes stuff you have to interrupt. Yeah, you can get all sorts of stuff in here. You can get Dwarven Automata, so. Alright, there's the big guy, so we're gonna... What I'll do though is I'm gonna focus the ranged enemy over here. I'll AoE down the group over here. That's why, because the Stormcaster casts these fucking negates. They're really annoying to deal with. Okay. Him. And now it's just a Realm Shaker on their own. It's much easier to deal with. Just keep moving with that. It's the Lich Crystal from Crypt of Hearts 2. Oops. Button. There. Alright, another verse. There we go, got it now. And we're done. So now, what you do is, in order to leave, you can either just travel to one of your houses, or just go through this door. This is how you get back to the mainland. Graphing. Okay. So yeah, the Archive Index, this takes you back, and then if you want to go back to wherever you came in from, you just come over here to this portal. And we are. Clockwork Foes, very similar. Halls of Fabrication, this should be unlocked straight away for you. So you just head in here. Now you can, if you have the Clockwork City DLC, you'll be able to find a lot of those in that zone. But this is an instance way, so no matter what's going on in Clockwork City, if other people are going around killing everything, it doesn't matter. You can just come in here. This is instant stuff, so everything is like ready to go as soon as you get in. Because, yeah, nobody else can actually come in here and kill this stuff. That's why I like using this over the other things. So these fabricants, these are Clockwork Foes. So there's more than 5 in this room right here. There's a Kaguti, and they're quite tough. So what I recommend you do is bring a lot of AoE, because these things are super tanky. This is a trial, so it's meant to be for 12 people. But you can handle it on your own. You just have to have a lot of sustain, and just kite. Move around a lot. Moving, keep moving. Another one, and that should be it there. Kill this one here, and then either you can let this fabricant kill you, the Kaguti. You can kill them yourself if you want, it just takes a while. Yeah, it's up to you what you want to do. I'm just going to let it kill me. Okay, and then just respawn at a Waitron. and then we can just leave whenever we want. Yeah, found in the sort of Middle Eastern area of Vardenfell. And yeah, Clockwork City found here. This is also a place where you can find a bunch. These ones are much weaker, but like I said, if you don't have the DLC, you can't access it, and there's usually other people running through here killing everything, so you might have to wait for it to spawn for a couple of minutes. Whereas in here, you just jump in, kill them, jump out, you're all done. Right, so this is the exit here. So if you want to leave, this is how you do it. So that's everything for today. If you have any questions, as always, just give me a holler. But yeah, gonna leave it there. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. See you next time. Take care for now.